Ron Harris here from MuscleDevelopment.com. Coverage of the 2021 Olympia weekend brought to you by High-Tech Pharmaceuticals. We just wrapped up judging on day one. We had a lot of divisions. My goodness, it was fitness did the physique round. We had 212 bodybuilding, women's physique, women's bodybuilding, women's figure, the first ever wellness Olympia. I might have even forgot like 2 or 4 divisions, and there's so many, my goodness. Joining me as always, Milos the Mind Sarcev. Got a cool shirt on. Yeah,
yes,
look at that.
Olympia edition of old school clothing. The booth is right there. Please visit the booth.
Right on.
All right.
So we're going to talk mostly about 212, guys. After that, I'll touch on the other divisions very briefly. But 212, what a show, because we had defending champion Sean Clarita. I think he looked as good as last year, maybe a little bigger too. But Derek Lunsford, wow. This is the Derek I've been waiting to see for the last 3 years. When he took second place in 2018, he was close to this, but he always had issues peaking, a little flat, a little tiny bit spilled over, something. Hani Rambod, his new coach, he brought him in, I think, bang on the money today. I think he's fighting for that title.
Absolutely, he's fighting for the title. He was 2 times runner-up, and he was like a next coming after Flex Lewis, but he never delivered. Today, he delivered in much greater condition than he ever had, and with this structure, he can possibly carry him to a victory. But let's face it, he still wasn't as conditioned as Sean Clarita and Kamal. Kamal, when first he came out, I knew that what he was saying at the press conference was true. At the age of 50, he actually improved. He's so lean, so polished, separated, and really conditioned, drier than Derek. But Derek has this structure that just you can kill for. Wide shoulders, wide lats, small waist, sweeping thighs, and from the back, he was super conditioned, striated glutes, and then I think that's where he wins the show. But let's just be honest, his conditioning was still not at the level of Clarita and Kamal. This is my standpoint. Now, Clarita was a shocker last year. For me, there was no doubt. There was a couple of points, as we know, it could go either way. Last year, for me, he dominated. This year was not as convincing. He was about the same, as you said, and especially that initial impact. He was hard, he was dense, dry. Throughout the prejudging, would have noticed a few times he started fading on the legs. Not maybe fading as holding water, but it did not really squeeze them. Kamal has an issue with a hamstring. So when he turns around, there's no sweeping hamstring and no lines, and that's where he loses the contest. So for my money right now, he can go all 3 ways. Clarita could repeat, and Kamal, I think, is considerably better than last year. It's still, I think the hamstring is gonna hold him back. The other thing is, Kamal is super aesthetic. You just have to love his physique. There's, abs and everything else. But when he opens up, he doesn't have that V-taper of a Derek Lunsford.
He doesn't have, to me, he doesn't have the size that Derek and Sean have.
Yeah, now let me tell you this. I mean, I'm shocked that Derek can make 212. I mean, he looked like an open division. I mean, thick, wide, I'm really wondering how did he, make 212 on the scale. But, so Derek is finally fulfilling the prophecy, like he's going to be the next. Would that be enough to beat Sean? I don't know. I expect that Sean is going to come back, tonight, dance, stick around. And let's face it, another thing. Sean, even though he's a champion, when he did the prejudging routine, I taped it and I posted on my Instagram. I didn't.
Everyone's friggin' streaming in here, whatever, go ahead.
Okay, but listen, he was just like 1 minute and 10 seconds presenting. Right. While Kamal did 2.5 minutes. Kamal pulled the Kevin Levrone thing, when back in the day there was like 60 seconds to 90 seconds, he would do like 3.5 minutes. So there is that confidence in presentation. So you don't do just mandatory poses, you do all the poses that gratify your physique. So right now, I think that you see Derek winning. He could be. It's just, for me, he's not as dry, especially from the front. There is no striations on the chest, abs. I mean, he's lean from the back. Yeah, his conditioning can almost match the other 2 guys, but his structure and shape might get him the title.
if you had to pick one, if you had to personally pick the winner right now, based on, I know they're going to do a confirmation round and all that, but let's say they did not have any of that. Based on today, who do you have winning? You personally.
I still have a Sean repeating. I have a Sean repeating, but Sean is narrow, and Derek exploits this all day.
Yeah.
So front relax, front double biceps, a lot spread poses. You pretty much, if they're same condition as I said in the preview, if they're same condition, it goes to Derek, guarantee. But conditioning is still into the Sean's favor, I think.
Surprise to me was Ahmad Ashkanani, even though he's been second place twice here before.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything out of him. And I never thought he was going to bring his quads up. I never liked his legs. I like his hamstrings, but
Yes.
his quads had no sweep. They didn't have enough size. Somehow he comes in today, twice the size of quads I've ever seen on him.
Yes.
Very full, bigger than ever. Condition, I've seen him a lot tighter, but for a minute I thought they were going to place him ahead of Kamal.
Well, I didn't. I mean, we know his upper body strengths, this crazy back when he turns around. As you said, from the side, his leg look okay, side chest, side triceps, because he had a pretty thick hamstring, but quads was missing. Now, quad was sweeping all the way, but there was a zero separation. So, for me, it was apparent right next to Sean Clarita, who has those, not just separations, but feathers, striations. Kamal, who doesn't have a huge legs, but has a really razor sharp, and even Derek. So, right away you can see that Ashkanani is not going to be top 3 material. He's going to slip to 4th and 5th. And Derek Cam, Angel Calderon. Angel, as conditioned as he was on the stage, for me he kind of spilled over in sense. If you see him a couple of days ago, 5 days ago, that was that dry, rock hard, striated, no need to carb up. So for me, he lost a tad of that conditioning. I still think that Angel Calderon is going to be 4th and Ashkanani would be 5th in my views. There was a couple of other guys that Nathan Epler and Nassar Mohammed.
Yep.
Yeah, they surprised me. They were good condition, nice shape, and even if they move in front of the Ahmed Ashkanani, I wouldn't be against it because for me it's not just size, it's not just overpowering. It still has to be shape and conditioning. So for me, both of those guys had a better condition than Ahmed Ashkanani.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan definitely, he's someone I didn't think was going to do well, just because he's taller than me. Yeah. And his condition is what got him the win at the Indy Pro earlier this season, but I didn't think the Olympia he would have a chance. But he got some good looks today.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, let's face it, this show was all about this top 3. I'm sure that right now, all over the internet, social media, everybody's, Derek won, and then Kamal fans believe. Yeah, I mean, look, because Derek was second to Flex Lewis, 2 times runner-up, he was the next. And then he slipped to the 4th place last year, so he wasn't even top 3. So Derek battled Kamal and Sean Clarita before and beat him. So now this is best Derek that we've seen, bigger Derek that we've seen. Is this enough to take the title? I think so. I think that actually he would be a popular choice. Still, his conditioning is not up to par to these 2, but it's not only conditioning that wins, because Derek's conditioning was fairly good, the best he brought it ever, so it might take him to the title.
And now, I don't say this to rub salt in Keon Pearson's wounds. I don't like to kick someone when he's down, but I am a big fan of Keon Pearson's physique. I think he's got some of the best genetics I've seen in a very long time. I wanted him to come in looking amazing today and push for that title, and it didn't happen, unfortunately. He was way off. He's still a young guy. He's got tons of time and potential, but I was really hoping to see him at his best ever today.
Yes, as he already mentioned on social media, that it's humbling experience. He was off, and that puts in perspective. Like he was one of the guys that could be potentially contending for a title, and he again didn't bring the condition. So Keon, you must bring that condition because that structure is of this world. We all love it. We all just like for Derek Lansford, we wanted him to come in this kind of condition or better. He delivered it. So Keon hopefully is going to do next year.
Okay, so just to touch on the other divisions briefly, fitness, we only saw the physique round. we won't know what happens till we see the routines tonight, but we have 3 Olympia champs competing. Missy Truscott, Whitney Jones, and Oksana Grishina. That's going to be exciting tonight. Ms. Olympia, this was the second year we've had the Ms. Olympia back, and it looks to me like Andrea Shaw, the defending champ, easy second win. Dominating. She looked incredible today.
Yeah, she is the best combination of everything. Landa Murray was sitting right in front of me, and Alina Popa, and I could see even by their reactions. She has that beauty and a muscle that is appealing. You know, so if you go to, like, let's say Margie, that is super muscular, you know, crazy condition. So were they going to go with that? Well, they didn't repeat what they're doing in the men's open when bigger is better. Here they're going for aesthetics and shape, you know, so it's still feminine muscularity, you know. So I support that. I think that definitely is going to be a 2-time champ.
And the other muscular women's division will be women's physique. So we have Sarah Villegas, defending champion, getting a really good run for her money today from the youngster, Natalia Coelho. From where I was sitting, I think Natalia could take it. It's going to be very close.
Yes, Natalia, for me, obviously is superior in the upper body. She has that crazy V-taper, super small waist, more muscle, you know, more back, everything. Sarah has a bigger sweep, has better legs from the front, and Sarah is known for this shredded glutes. I mean, crazy. But Natalia matched that. Natalia came with the shredded glutes, with a very good side view of the leg in a side chest pose. I mean, she was very competitive. So I know that you said initially that you believe that Natalia could take over. It's kind of hard to beat the champ.
And knock him out, right?
You got to knock him out, and you know, for me, it's a very close call right now. It can go either way, you know. So you know, let's see what happens. What judge is gonna, you know, put a stamp on.
Figure I watched some and figure I had to go out and do some things, go live, but it looked to me like Sydney Gillen. I think she's already got 3 titles, maybe 4. I don't know. It looked to me like she was probably going to win again based on the call-out.
Yes, I mean, she has that wow physique. She has that super small waist. I mean, everything flows. You know, she was a popular choice for 3 years in a row, rightfully so, and I think she's going to, you know, do it again. That's no question.
And last but not least, today was the very first Wellness Olympia. I don't know a lot of them. I know Angela Borges won a bunch of shows, Yarishna Ayala. Yarishna was off to the side. I don't think they ever had her in the middle, so I don't think she's in the running. A couple girls I wasn't too familiar with. Hector, do you remember who they were?
Francine?
Franciella?
Okay, Franciella. Sorry, I call her Francine. Yeah, Franciella and Angela definitely battling for a title. And then Yarishna could be, you know, fighting for a 3rd place. But it's really between these two. They're all Brazilian. And wellness category, we all know why. So Franciella was maybe in a little bit better condition, dryness-wise and all that stuff. And then from the back, but Angela has that, you know, stunning glutes and long legs. And I mean, it's going to be a really tough call. Both of them are a very good choice for the first ever Olympia wellness title. So let's see which way it goes.
So my old joke about wellness used to be there should be 2 divisions, Brazilian and other. My new joke is Bob Ciccarello, before they all come out, should say, unless otherwise noted, all competitors are from Brazil. Just joking. They're killing it. Brazil is killing it in wellness. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to be back here upstairs, I believe, for the Mr. Olympia judging tonight and the finals for all those divisions we just talked about. It's coming up soon, guys. It's a 2-day event, but we're going to wrap up all those divisions and judge the Mr. Olympia later. Go to musculardevelopment.com on the play-by-play. We have a play-by-play thread on the No Bull Forum. We have contest photos from Jason Breeze up on the contest gallery. And if you go to the Muscular Development Instagram, professional photos from this guy, Hector Mendoza, some awesome images up there. And of course, coverage brought to you by High-Tech Pharmaceuticals. We appreciate it. And that's it. Milos, thank you so much. Great insight.
I'll see you in a few hours.
We'll see you in a few hours for the big show. Thanks for watching.